Everyday superpower. We talk body language, nonverbal communication. That is, we talk relationships, game, everything in between. Right. This is a portion. Well, when I say a portion, this is a minute few seconds from a video we're watching in full on the Patreon. So if you want me to break down all of the nonverbal cues throughout the entirety of this video and you want to learn some real game on how to read people, click that link down below. But I'm going to teach you something now about... It's a non-verbal cue because we're not necessarily speaking, but this is something I experience with a couple of people. I mean, everybody can utilize this, but some people in particular, this is like one of their baseline behaviors. I know a couple of men in particular who do this, and I find it horrible, to be honest with you. It's like hearing nails on a chalkboard for me, alright? Let me show you what I mean. Watch this. So, the video is from Friends with Benefits, Get Brutally Honest. So, on the Patreon, we talk attraction and repulsion, and I break down how people communicating as to whether they're attracted or repulsed by what each other say, how they act, and so forth. So what's going on is that they've asked the question, or the host has asked the question, okay, I want you to give an answer. I wasn't instantly attracted to you. Is that a yes or is it a no? The question is irrelevant. All you need to know is that it's a controversial question to ask, considering they're about to turn around and look at their friends with benefits, or the person they're shagging basically, or was shagging, and let each other know whether they were or were not instantly attracted to them, right? So the host, pay attention to him.
Go ahead and turn around.
Again.
Go ahead and turn around.
Do you see anything in particular? Do you see anything in particular? Pay attention.
Go ahead and turn around.
So, in all honesty, there's two behaviors in particular. I was initially just going to speak on the one, which is what I'm going to highlight, but there's two behaviors to pay attention. See if you can pay attention to two behaviors. Focus on the host. I'll break this shit down. You're going to experience these behaviors in real life coming from the people around you, and you're going to learn how to read people. Watch.
Go ahead and turn around.
Right, let me break it down. He's uncomfortable because he knows it's an awkward situation. Maybe more to others than others, you know, depending on who's answered what. But watch, let me break this down.
Go ahead and turn
around. He's seen how they've stepped. He knows the results. He knows they're about to turn around and look at each other. He's in the middle of it all. Watch.
Turn around.
Did you hear that? This is what we call a pacifying behavior, okay? Pacifying behaviors, generally speaking, are self-touch behaviors. What we see when people non-consciously touch themselves to relieve themselves from stress or what they perceive as stress, right? What he's doing is breathing in with such intensity that the inhale is generating a friction, a connection of air to the inside of the mouth, right? Rubbing the inside of the mouth, creating a stimulation of the nerve endings that are very sensitive in and around the mouth, such as the lips and the face as a whole, that send positive, feel-good endorphins to the brain to fight off the stress. Well, what do you mean by that? Blah, 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 blah. Well, this has a parallel with people whistling in public. Have you ever come across that? I had an experience the other day. I'm walking down a corridor. It's quiet. Some guy's coming out of a lift on my floor. I walk past him. As I walk past him, he gets out of the lift. Just starts whistling. It's got a parallel to what we've just experienced. That whistle feels good, creates a pacifying response to the brain. So what I say when I say pacifying is I say, I like a baby that used to shut its mouth when it was crying and throwing a temper tantrum and used to calm down through having a dummy, a pacifier in its mouth, sucking on a pacifier. It's the same, but adult. Instead of sucking on a pacifier, you're just sucking the air. This guy, I got a guy. You ask him a question, and you know when you ask him an awkward question or a question that he feels uncomfortable to answer, because before answering he'll go, and I hate it. I hate it. I hate that noise, man. It grates on me. This is my own personal issue, right? And then you can think, well, how do you know that? How do you know that? Blah, blah, blah. And I'll say, you might not know it through a single behaviour, right? Because we have to look at the big picture. Generally, I assume that's what he's doing. But he's emphasising that he's doing that because look at his body language. Look at his hands as he does it. Look at his hands, right?
1. Go ahead and turn around.
Watch.
Ooh.
That's pacifying behaviour. The rubbing of the hands together. The rubbing of the palms together. Holding the hands together. Massaging the hands. Clutching at the hands. He's creating a stimulation of his own nerve endings in a massaging manner to create a feel-good experience to fight off the stress his brain is now experiencing. I'm not saying it's abnormal that he should feel some degree of stress in this situation, okay? He is the host of the show. But what I'm doing is breaking out of pimples, people. Breaking down this non-verbal communication in clear sight that you will see in every day-to-day life with a lot of people you'll communicate with. This sucking in thing, maybe less so than the rubbing of the hands. But I didn't necessarily want to focus on that one as much as the breathing in. But if you need to question if what you feel you've read of that person is true, you need to understand what you've experienced as a whole. This is what we call a cluster of body language. It's more than one behaviour at a time. He sucked in and he started to rub his hands. He's anxious. He's threatened. His brain is threatened, right? His primitive brain could be perceiving the potential of violence before him, okay? And that's some game. That's just a few seconds of this video we're watching in depth on the Patreon. Find it down below. I'm signing out, people. Peace.